G'day guys. Today's layout is using up something that I bought. These little wooden things, right? These, what do you call them? Wood. I do have it written down and it's under a mountain of stuff and I've pressed record. So if you hear clunking, it's just me in the background. Okay, they are called, these bits are called, what am I doing? 609. Okay, they are called Wooden Flourish Words by KAISERCRAFT. That's what they're called. Okay, so I decided to pull these out because I bought 4, 5, 6 little boxes of these things. They were in a discount bin and I bought them because I thought, oh, I'll use them. And guess what? I haven't used them. They've been sitting there for probably 2 or 3 years and I haven't even touched them. So I decided that I would pull them out and I was going to go to town and create a layout using a bunch of them because it's not something I normally reach for. Now, I sprayed the back of this 12 by 12 stencil to get me started, and with the it's called Crafter's Choice and it's spray adhesive. It's a temporary adhesive and it allows you to hold your stencil down and it gives you like a third hand when you are in the craft room. So it also helps if you have a delicate stencil and it will hold down those little pieces while you're going to town. Anyway, I've left this bit in because I stuffed it up, but it's okay. I leave it in because then you can learn. When you're using the Dina Wakley gloss sprays, less is more. Okay, do a thin layer and then do a second thin layer, because when I peel this off, can you see what happened? It just all bled underneath it and it looked terrible. Now, again, if you're using these acrylic sprays, you need to clean them off your stencil the same as you would clean texture paste off your stencils really quickly, because it will stick and it will be on there permanently. I don't mind on mine, but I'm going to tell you how to do it so you don't ruin your stencil. So I decided to, instead of using the gloss spray, I was going to use my resist spray. So I pulled that out. This is made by Ranger and it's fantastic. I will tell you, I've dried it with the stencil on there, and yes, the resist spray stays on your stencil the same as a gloss spray or an acrylic paint. Like, it stays on there. So once you get that resist spray on something, you cannot get it off. It is there permanently, so beware. Now, I wanted this to be in the background and I wanted to create a nice bright rainbow background. See, I do have a spray box, I just hardly ever use it. These are my Distress Oxide sprays. I haven't used them for a couple of weeks, so I thought I might as well just do a really bright rainbow layout, and I love how this turns out. So I did go over, I did a light spray, then I came back over it, spritzed it again. That way it lessens the amount of warping that you have on your paper. I am not using a mixed media cardstock. This is just my cheap and cheerful cardstock that I get from Crafts Online. It costs me like $2.99 for 10 sheets. Like, it's not much at all. And to be honest, that way if I trash it, it doesn't bother me. Now, this is just the one that I put the gloss spray. I just flipped this over. So the gloss spray is on the other side. It doesn't bother me because when it goes into my album, it's backing onto another picture anyway. So why waste the cardstock, right? So I'm going around with a paper towel and I'm removing the excess spray from over the top of the resist spray. Now, it wasn't a perfect resist. It's not like, it hasn't gone on. You know when you would put a texture paste through a stencil and you can get it nice and buttery smooth? That's not what I was going for with this. I wanted some texture in those white bits, but I wanted them to sort of border my page. So that's what I went with. Now, when it comes to colouring these guys, I decided that I would show you how I make my my spray. And this is all my little mica powders. I got those from Crafts Online. They're nice and cheap. And well, the whole lot was like $50, but they go forever. And I use a little bit of rubbing alcohol and a little bit of my really old dodgy Mod Podge. It's gone gluggy and it doesn't matter, it works perfectly in this spray. So then I go ahead, and if you want to see a recipe, the recipe that I actually use, it's over on my Facebook group and it's linked up the top. It's pinned at the top so you can see it anytime you like. And this is what I love to do. This is fun to me. Now, I made this spray. This is made with the alcohol so it dries super duper quick. I wanted to make some bits a little bit darker and some bits a little bit lighter. These bits of wood are so light that the spray was actually lifting them up. So I decided to come in with my brush and just go over it a little bit and make sure that I've got all the pieces that I wanted to get. And it turned out beautiful. The shimmer sprays, that you can buy shimmer sprays. I find that using this, I don't get an oily residue. I get really good coverage and I get no mica powder lift off. So none of that shimmery goodness goes anywhere. It stays all on the product. So there's nothing worse than having glitter for miles. Now, I just flicked, you saw me there just flicking some plain clear water over my page. I didn't do that to start with because I wanted to see if, I just wanted it to be plain, but I wanted a little bit of extra visual interest in the background. So by adding the water to the Distress Oxide sprays, even after they've dried, flicking a little bit on there and then lifting it straight up with a paper towel, you remove some of the colour and then you get your that two-toned look. Or if you do it really quickly, it leaves it white. So or if you're using a watercolour cardstock or something like that, like I said, mine's just the cheap and cheerful cardstock, and I love how this turned out. So I'm just trimming a little bit of the edges off, but I did take a little bit off all four edges so that it was even from where I had the stencil put down, if that makes sense. That way my border is nice and even. I just went with a completely contrasting black border and it totally works. I love the look of that. And you can see, even though I've used sprays, it hasn't warped my cardstock at all. Like if you do a light spray, I find that it's fine. I mean, I live in Queensland where it's sunny and humid, and the day I was doing this, it was very hot, so it dried pretty quickly. Now, as you can see, I'm going to town with all these words that I've pulled out. I didn't use all of them, but the ones I sprayed, I used. So what I'm actually doing on here, I'm putting the words down, but then the ones, I knew that I had too many. So what I actually wanted to do was create, so I put two together. I am still there, don't worry, your video is not broken. And there I am. My hands, I must have been answering a phone call or something. And when I go ahead and put these down, I actually come across and I double up some of them. So some of them are a little bit higher than the others. And it just adds a little bit of extra visual interest because it is such a simple layout and it doesn't have lots of flowers or shapes or extra patterns, because sometimes this is what I like. Sometimes I like a really busy layout, but sometimes I just like it to be simple. And all these words that I've used, you know, blessed, smile today, beautiful, love life, they're words that, they're sort of affirmation words that I would tell Taylor to think of and they're words that I think of when I see Taylor or think of Taylor. So it works nicely for me. So this is another way you can use up some of your words. If you've got a heap of these, look, if you want to stash your stuff forever and a day, go for it. But I am trying to use things that I've bought on a whim and trying to get them used in a different way, and just, there's no point in buying these things if we're never going to use them and they're just going to take up craft space. Apologies, I just yawned. I have been I've got to tell you, this is nearly finished, so I'm going to tell you this really, really quickly. I've been dealing with technical difficulties and it's driving me crackers. It's, you know, with the videos and the programming, and I don't do problem technology very well. So I've been a bit of a struggle this morning getting these voiceovers done and things sorted out. It's just been a pain, but that's okay. So that is going to be my layout. When I come in, actually I do add a little bit more. So I'll let you know what I've used. So I used, in the Distress Oxides, I used KITSCH Flamingo, Spiced Marmalade, Squeezed Lemonade, Peacock Feathers and Salty Ocean, and Wilted Violet. I used the Distress Resist spray. I also come in with a little bit of sequins and a few clear drops, and you can see how I use them very, very soon. And I'm using the wood flourish words from KAISERCRAFT. That's all the little bits in the background, and of course my metallic spray that I make up as well. So I do want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for their support this year and how much it means to me, whether you're a new subscriber or one of my OGs that's been with me right from the beginning. I leave all of my process in, good, the bad, the ugly. I am trying to improve my videos for 2024, and I am going to continue to bring you loads of content. And I will say that I've had quite a few people ask me, and it's not just one or two, like it's been quite a few people ask me about how they can support my channel. Obviously, the initial things you can do to support anyone on YouTube is to hit that like button, subscribe to their channel, and leave them a comment. The comment and the liking of the channel, of the video, they are two of the main things that the algorithm then realizes that it's a scrapbooking channel and people enjoy it. And then it suggests that video to other people that are possibly looking for similar content. So that helps out the channel, and that is free. Watching the video for its entirety is also a way of helping out the channel. And I have now fully monetized the channel. So that's not money from you guys. That's just from you watching, liking, subscribing, all that sort of stuff. That's YouTube's way of giving me back a little tiny bit. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit, and it helps pay for more supplies for me to be able to create more videos. And that is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And the other thing, I just knocked everything over. I apologize. The other thing that I've done is I've created a Buy Me a Coffee link, which is a program. It's a program that you can click on the individual link that is for my channel. And if you go to that link, what it actually allows you to do is to buy me a coffee. And you can choose to buy one, you can choose to buy 10, you can buy as many as you want, whenever it suits you. And that way that money comes directly to me, and it helps me to buy more supplies. Whether you want me to buy, you might have an idea in the back of your mind that you might want me to try a specific mixed media thing. It may be you might want me to get a new paper supply, something like that. And that just helps me out. So far it's a lot, as you can probably appreciate. It's a lot to support 6 layouts a week, and some of those are double pages, so it does take a lot. And I'm not here to harp you into this is only if you want to. It's not anything that has to be done. You can still see all my content every single time I load it up, which is one video almost every day. Sunday If I've got a bonus video, I put it up on Sunday. Otherwise, Sunday's the day I don't put a video up. And over the Christmas break, I will be loading a video up every single day. So those of us that do not have family, or, you know, may find themselves in a part of the world where their family is not, you will have something to watch and keep you going. So here's my close-ups, guys. This is what my layout looks like. Let me know what you think. Is it something that you would consider trying? See how it's speckledy from the resist spray? Some of it's got right through, but you can still see the pattern. I love that look. It's so much fun. And there's all my words, and you can see some of them are doubled up and some of them are just the single word on the page. Just adds a bit of extra visual interest, along with some of the sequins and the clear dewdrops. So like I was saying, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, all that fun stuff. And if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe, because I am trying to make it to 2,000 subscribers by Christmas. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it'd be an awesome Christmas present if it did happen. Don't forget to share my channel to your friends as well, because that's just an easy way you can help me out. Thank you so much, guys. I will be back tomorrow with another video. Bye for now.